Well, it has become a Thanksgiving tradition here in studio. 1998, Lane Stadium. We know that guy, the BallHawk, Ahmad Hawkins. The game-winning touchdown for the Wahoos as they went into Blacksburg and beat Virginia Tech. We are joined in studio by the BallHawk, Ahmad Hawkins. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Now, we joke about it, but that's become a tradition around here. And the deal we've made is we'll keep showing that every year until the Hokies lose to UVA again. Is this the year that the Hoos end the streak?
I mean, I believe it's the year. The reason why I believe it's the year because these young men demonstrate a work ethic and a passion that I haven't seen in a long time, and these coaches mirror that as well. And just with the victory versus Liberty, you could just see it in their eyes. It wasn't any fake or any, it was organic. Just the hunger they want to play this game. And they wanted Tech to be on this high horse because they wanted this clash to mean something. I know a lot of fans want to see Tech lose, but myself and the players and the coaches want to beat Tech at its best, and both teams are 8-3, and here we are.
So this program, since Bronco got here a few years ago, this program has been built on earn, not given. Framing it in that perspective, can you imagine a better earn, not given scenario than you earn the Coastal Division title, you earn that trip to the ACC championship game if you win that streak again?
Yeah, exactly, and that's why the goals were placed the way they were. Beat Tech, win the Coastal, and you notice what's first is beat Tech. And beating Virginia Tech is important. That's just a respect that I have personally for that team up the road because they've sustained this high level of playing for over 19 the past 20 years that they've beaten us. So if you want to be the Coastal champs, you got to beat the big bad wolf known as Virginia Tech Hokies. Not saying they've been dominating the Coastal, but for us personally, for us to reach that status, you got to get over this hurdle. You just can't bypass it. It's earned, not given. Now,
it's been a bit of a roller coaster just to get to this point. Back in September, I think everybody was just, oh, this is the year. Tech's done. People were shoveling dirt on them. Then UVA loses a couple of games on the road. All of a sudden, Tech nobody can score against them. So how interesting of a matchup is this on Friday afternoon?
You know, it's going to be very interesting because of the injuries we had in the secondary has caused, a little trepidation. We weathered that storm versus Liberty. We held their top receiver to half his nation-leading average, and their buckshot quarterback, we picked him off twice. He came in with just 3 interceptions. Now you have Tech, a team that's very balanced. They have a quarterback that mirrors what Bryce Perkins can do in Hooker, and they play differently since he became the starter. And it's Bud Foster's last game, last regular season game as Virginia Tech's defensive coordinator, so you couldn't write for a better script. But the confidence is there for them. And everybody's wondering how we're going to beat them, and that's how we want it.
And how much of a difference, we talked a little bit about this last week, but how much of a difference can the crowd be? How much of a difference can a packed, excited, fired up Scott Stadium be? How much can that help the home team?
Just go back to the Florida State game. That helped us out a lot. That Florida State game, we had a lull in the third quarter, and in the fourth quarter we had 3 drives of 70-plus yards. And then you contrast that when you go to Blacksburg every time we play them. The crowd makes a difference. Fans, you make a difference. Your voice should be heard, and it is well heard, and it's well received, and we use that. Take it back to 98 in Lane Stadium. When I made that touchdown catch, it got quiet, but I could hear every Who fan that was up in the opposite end zone, where the old equipment room was at, where we would go at for halftime. So fans, I know it's a 12 o'clock game, but this team definitely needs you, and this is what you wanted. You wanted a team that's battling for the Coastal, that's against Tech. Be the difference. Be our 12th man.